Carson City Library Board meeting Thursday, July 11th at 5:30. Can I get a roll call?
Chair
Please?
Nichols, Vice Chair Olivas, Trustee Case, Trustee Lucas,
Present.
Trustee Markle. A quorum is present.
Thank you. I know. How easy is it? That's very nice of Joy to make it easy for me. Wow. Yeah, poor Deb's like, what are we doing? Okay, so item number 1 was called to order. Item number 2, public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the Library Board of Trustees may come forward and speak on any topic that is relevant to or within the authority of the Library Board. The board respects the right of citizens to present. Okay, I don't need to read all that, forgot. Right? No,
That is correct, Madam Chair.
thank you. Do we have any public comments? That's right, we don't have a phone. Nobody can call in.
Library Director, Joy Holt, Library Director for the record, they can submit public comment and they can also watch remotely
Okay.
because it's live streamed.
Has anybody submitted anything for public comments that you're aware of?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Item number 3, for possible action, approval of minutes of previous meeting. That's the June 13th meeting.
Trustee Lucas, I have a question about this. Only 2 of us were present last time. So do we have enough,
That was my
even though we
question
have
too.
a quorum, do we have a quorum for this action item?
So it is not required. This is Miguel Aniagos, Deputy District Attorney for the record. It is not required for the members of the board to be present at a meeting in order to approve the minutes. You always have the option of reviewing the meeting online. Those are posted. So if you are comfortable with the information that is provided, you may vote. And also, in order to have a quorum for this action item, it has to be a quorum or a simple majority of the members present. So it is true that this is a 5-member board. However, for a simple majority, you only need 2 out of the 3 votes in order for the motion to pass today. Does this answer your question? Because I believe 2 of you were present last time. And even if board member Case was not present, and it is really up to you if you watched the meeting last time. Although I believe, is this the first meeting that she's actually appointed to? But it was not present. So you can still vote if you had the opportunity to watch the meeting online in regards to the minutes, but you can also abstain. But to remember that for next time, that even if you miss a meeting, you can go and review it and still vote on the matter. But it is required for a 2-to-1 vote in order for the action to pass.
Thank you. So has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
I have.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the meeting minutes from the May 9th, 2024 Library Board of Trustees meeting as presented.
Any discussion about it?
I think you can second, right?
Right.
Oh, I don't have any discussion.
Okay.
As they were written, I agree. I move to approve them as they were written.
Okay. Well, then I second. All in favor?
Aye. Any abstent? Do we have to ask?
Yes.
Okay.
And at this point, you would say that motion carries 2-1, right?
Motion carries. Motion carries. Okay, sorry, I am reading the wrong one. I was reading the reading minutes, sorry. Item number 4. Library Board of Trustee business. I don't think we don't have any.
What do we do when there's no information on the
And
item?
actually,
Okay,
I
right?
believe that this is a typo, and you can tell from here that it has actually no,
Right.
there is no motion under number 4. I think this was not supposed to be part of the agenda, so we would, is that correct? And then we can just move on to information only, the administrative reports.
Okay. Item number 5, information only, library director reports.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions about any of the financials?
Nothing has really changed since last month, correct? Nothing, no big purchase?
No, not. No, you'll see next month, though, we did finally get our Nevada Library Cooperative contract approved for the next 4 years. And it was, we were retroactively paying for fiscal year '24. So next month, well, you might not actually see it. I'm going to try and see where we won't know until the end of August, probably, where we actually ended up for this year. So next month, we'll start seeing fiscal year '25 numbers. Because this year, what I pulled here were still fiscal year '24 numbers. So what I could do is wait until maybe September and pull the fiscal '24 numbers, final numbers, as well as the where we're at for fiscal '25, so we can see where we ended for '24 and then where we're at in '25. We will be 2 months in at that point. Does that make sense? Okay. So these numbers, yeah, eventually you will see fiscal '24 reflect the reduction of the contractual services by 28,000 and some change. And then going forward, every year it'll be $29,500 is the contractual agreement. So we'll
What
always
is that
have an
contract?
overage there.
Sorry.
Hmm?
What does the contract cover?
It covers shared costs for our integrated library system that we migrated to last year. That's what enables us to share the catalog with all of the other libraries in the cooperative. And then also we share the platform costs for Overdrive which is the Libby platform. So it's for cost sharing. And we've also looked, we're trying to get some sort of phone notification system set up. And then we're also possibly looking at purchasing as a cooperative Hoopla. Has been something that we've talked back and forth about, but hasn't really gotten off the ground.
Oh, what's that?
Hoopla is also a streaming service, kind of like Canopy.
Oh,
It's an alternative to Canopy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We pay for Canopy ourselves, but we also are planning to speak with Hoopla to see if it's worth having both or if we should terminate Canopy. A lot of libraries have both, so.
Okay. And how many, was the same amount of libraries as last year that are?
It's
that-
16 libraries.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty, thank you.
Mhm. So no other questions about any of the financials?
Do you usually see a big difference between now and when you finally close this in 2 months? Like, we're not expecting like a 20% increase or?
No. I'm actually, I think I said last year, I always I've been pretty consistently trying to come in around 20% turn back to come in that, 20% under budget. So this year we're going to hit that. Last year we were 25, this year we'll be at 20-ish, maybe a little over, but within that, the range of my goal that I've set to try and make sure that we are not, so that we're contributing money to the capital improvement fund. account. So I don't expect that we're going to see a large amount of difference. The city did issue a wage increase at the end of May for all employees of 5%. And then all of the unclassified employees received their merit increase and COLA at the start of the new fiscal year, and the classified employees received their COLA. And then their merit comes in whenever their anniversary date is. So I don't see that that's going to affect us in terms of our bottom line insofar as us busting our budget, just because that was a choice that the city made, knowing that they were, I'm not quite sure where those funds are coming from, probably a contingency fund. So, and then of course, you'll always see those management leave and whatnot, those negative numbers that are associated with salary. Those are always going to show as a negative number until the year is closed out. So, but no, I don't expect to see a vast difference. We'll see a little bit more of an increase in our shortage in operating supplies, but we certainly have more than enough funds to cover all of that. Thanks. Okay, so my report, I'm just going to go over if you have any questions. So unfortunately, we lost another employee, Jean Marie Naylor. Our programming and outreach coordinator's last day was July 6th. She's stepping back from work, and she's got some stuff going on, and so she has left us. And I did get approval to fill that position, and it will hopefully post within early next week, I'm hoping. And then also we have 2 senior library assistant positions available, and one of those was due to a promotion, and so those were also approved to be filled, and I hope that those will also post by next week. As you guys know, we did have a senior library assistant position and a library assistant position open, and we filled those. And at the time of this writing, they were tentatively filled, but as of today, the offer letters have been received and accepted, and one of them is starting tomorrow, and one of them starting on Sunday. So,
Oh, congratulations.
thank you. We're very excited. So we hope that we feel really confident they're going to be very good candidates. So the one unclassified position is still unfilled outside of the programming and outreach coordinator position, and that's the workforce development and social services coordinator, which I've been waiting to fill until we get our new senior workforce development professional on board, because those 2 positions will work in tandem. And so that's where we're at with staffing. We're very short-staffed right now. The staff are troopers, though, and we're just all having to do a lot of time on desk, which is, for me, is good. Keeps my skill set fresh. And it's a nice, honestly, it's a nice break for me. I get to go out and, talk to the library users more frequently, so that's nice. Programming and outreach events. So we had a Dance Dance Revolution tournament, which Dance Dance Revolution, just to give you a point of reference, was 3 gaming systems ago. So we went retro, and we had a tournament, and we had quite a good turnout, and it was kids and parents, and so yeah, it was fun. And then we've got some escape rooms. We've got an escape room that's going to be happening at different times, and that's going to be in our digitorium. And then on this Saturday, later in the day, because the first escape room is this Saturday, later in the day, Ebony and Ivory will be there, who are, it's a reptile, like refuge. And they bring iguanas and snakes and all kinds of cold-blooded creatures. So I think it'll be really fun. Usually those types of events are super well attended, and the kids love them. So, and then right now we're not where we need to be at all for our reading goal. We're probably at about 40% now, and we've only got a month and maybe 6 weeks left in the challenge. So we're going to keep on keeping on. A lot of times minutes come in, get logged at the very last minute, so we're hoping that's going to happen. But you know what? Not every year is going to play out the same. You're not going to see just incredible results like you did, like we have in the last few years. So it's still a bummer, though. We'll see, though. Our community could prevail.
I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that haven't logged my minutes.
Me,
in yet.
I'm guilty too.
Yeah.
I'm coming hot. Weren't we talking about this before? So we also received, so at our kickoff party, I don't know if you guys remember that the Kiwanis had a pancake breakfast, and they donated the proceeds of that pancake breakfast to us. And so they had me at their luncheon early in the beginning of, or the end of June, and presented me with a check for $665. So this was a program that they had done with us for our summer reading kickoff party for many years, but I think we figured we hadn't done it with them for probably close to a decade, something like that. So it was really cool to reinvigorate and reconnect that partnership. So, and then the last thing are the statistics that you asked for, Trustee Nichols. And this is just kind of a jumping off to see if there are other, if there's other information that you would like, or if you would like it to be more specific.
So on the monthly circulation count, is that telling us how many books were checked out, or how many, I guess it shouldn't just say books, it's not just.
Print
books.
materials, yeah, tangible materials.
Yeah.
Items that came through our materials handler, yeah,
Okay.
physical items. That does not count our overdrive circ.
That's really interesting because summer vacation started and it went cut in half.
Yeah. I think we'll see a spike, though, as we go forward, go further into the summer reading challenge. And then the following is door count. I don't think I labeled that very well, y'all. Oh, yeah, my printer was being very weird. I think I need to shake my toner.
Okay, so the monthly circulation count is just a graph showing us, but doesn't show us exactly how many. I mean, 200 and 2,500 and then,
Yeah, this was,
yeah,
if you want
okay.
that exact information, I can generate that.
Yeah, I think I would, again, because this is going to really help us if we want to apply for grants or.
Well, I
even go
already
for the
can, yeah, I mean, I
CIP.
keep all of it. It's not as if I'm generating this new.
Yeah,
I have to report this to the federal government every year.
yeah. Well,
So,
I think like we talked about last time, though, it's good for us to bring it up too. And let the public, to be the public more aware at large at how well we're doing, how many people, we have.
Yeah.
How many patrons, what's going on at the library
right,
besides the fun things?
right,
So
just
kind
the nuts and bolts. Yeah, I can monkey with it. Again, this is sort of an experiment as we go forward to see what you guys are most comfortable with and what you want to see. So I'll do my best to meet what it is that you're asking for, and we can continue to tweak if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, you said, my gosh, there went my voice. This is a door count, the charts.
yeah.
Okay, February has a typo.
I know, I fixed it. As soon, you know what? It was one of those things. It's Murphy's Law. As soon as you print it and you send it off, you notice the error. But I can tell you that it is a comparable number to all of the other
Yeah.
counts. Just to explain, the reason there's one count, there's a second count is because the first number is a flat number, but we have to divide it by 2 because we have to account for people leaving.
Oh, yeah.
So it counts people coming in?
On didn't divide in half.
It did. Wait. Oh, it didn't. Shoot.
Mm-mm.
Darn it. I was trying to correct, because we had, our formula was messed up in there, and I went in and fixed it, and that went badly, as you can tell. But it's fixed now, because I fixed it. So I can say that our numbers are pretty consistent, just doing the simple math at those numbers that are wrong. We're averaging, 10,000 plus people per month, which is about 330 people a day.
And that's a lot of people
Mhm.
coming and going and, you know,
Mhm.
such a small space. And yeah, no, I appreciate that. Um, Talk about the escape room. Does it have a theme?
It does. Let me pull up. Let me find what she has as. Well, our theme is travel through time. Let's see if she put something on here.
I don't know if I saw that on the. I looked on online
It's
the
on
other
social. But I can find it.
because it was hard to find on the library website.
I don't think that she. Oh, I know that actually how you can find it is go to our calendar.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't load it on here. Well, shoot.
If you click on the day, like I clicked
Yeah.
on August, I think the last one was. That's the reading channel. I mean, challenge. That's not the reading challenge. Oh, time to escape. There it is right there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but-
She doesn't have an image with it.
Can you solve all of the clues and escape the room before the time runs out? So that's not really a theme. I mean, all escape rooms have a time.
Yeah,
I'll give
she
you
has a
30
theme.
minutes.
Let me find there we are. So yeah, it's all time themed, like clock themed, because our theme is travel through time. And she's kept it pretty, and I've let our staff member keep it kind of like secret. Because I don't think she wants to like give away too much information about what the escape room actually, what the theme is.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't asked a whole lot. But I do know that it's obvious time theme because of the theme itself for the
And people are
program.
signing up. That was nice to see.
Yeah. Yep. People like escape rooms. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Unless but I'll ask her why there's no image there. Wonder if she has it for her following, because she's doing it more than once. And we are, for our wrap-up party, doing tie-dye again. Last time, I think I told you guys we had a tie-dye program, and we had bought a kit that comes with a tie-dye paint and bandanas or handkerchiefs that work as a bandana. And we ran out of tie-dye at the first hour. So we bought a bunch more, and we're hoping that that's going to be a big hit. So that's pretty much the end. So you would like to see, Trustee Nichols, more detail with the actual circulation count for the collection. Okay. And door count, do you guys want to continue to see that, or do you want to see it like quarterly? I mean, corrected numbers would be a good start, right?
Right. Right.
I feel like door count I mean, I don't know. I think quarterly is enough for some of these because I think it's going to start to just like
Right.
mush together if we look
Right.
at it every month.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there any other statistics that you'd like to see for next time?
Oh, I always like to deep dive. So it's just like, what do people check it out? What genre? I mean, I can get really wonky about that, but
I mean, I can provide that.
that would be really, you don't have to do it all the time, but that would be very interesting.
Okay. So you want to see that for next time?
Sure.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Okay. Approximate.
Yeah, well, and it's the reason it can never be an exact is because depending on how we've cataloged something in our collection, both in the past and currently. So we've got a lot of different collection codes. So not everything that you would think that is categorized or cataloged as fiction is actually called fiction. It's under a parent of fiction. So yeah, we can get pretty granular. So I can either give you all of fiction, or I can give you fiction and then everything that falls under that.
I guess I don't have to get that granular. I guess, again, I'm looking so that it's out there.
Mhm.
Adult books, children's books. How many children's books are being checked out? Yeah, how much fiction, how much history?
Okay. Well, the history is nonfiction.
So you just say,
Yeah.
okay, nonfiction.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go, okay, children's books, but this is,
Yeah, the picture books versus the easy
Yeah,
readers
right,
versus.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't,
Okay.
that's not as of interesting.
Okay.
I have a question on sorry, Trustee Lucas. I have a question on the senior workforce development professional that GoEd is helping us
Mhm.
fill. I know that this is, I think, the same timeline that we were expecting,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's exciting. Do we have any certainty there? Do we know when they might start?
We don't because we haven't received the funds yet from GoEd.
Aha. Do they have a
Yeah.
person kind of earmarked when the funds come through? Or do the
Yes.
funds come through and then they start looking?
Well, the funds need to be in the hands of the city before we can post the job.
Okay.
So yeah, that hasn't happened yet. But I've been in conversation with the GoEd folks to find out what's
And
cooking.
they think they have some candidates?
Hmm?
And they think they have some candidates?
Oh, they have candidates. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like that was just my worry before was the trouble that we've experienced trying to fill so many of our positions. Like,
Yeah.
what if we can't find one?
Right, yeah.
So,
Yeah. They have candidates for sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Trustee Case. Seems weird to say. But I do have a question about, you talked a little bit about a decrease in the summer reading program participation numbers, right?
Minutes read.
Minutes read.
So far.
Yeah, so I was wondering if, what is that attributed to?
I can't really say right now because of where we're at in the program. I'm not sure.
Do you think it has anything to do with advertising the program or?
Well, I think that's always an element, no matter what. I can tell you that we have definitely ramped up our reminders to folks to log their minutes. It's really not uncommon for us to get like 200,000 or 300,000 minutes logged in the last like 2 weeks because people wait to do it. So yeah, we have some responsibility for that, to keep reminding people. And beyond that, I'm not quite sure what the issue was or is. And the thing is that I'm basing this just on where we were at this time last year in terms of our goal. Because our goal, bless you, our goal last year was we've been 100,000+ minutes over our goal for the last 2 years. So the bar is really high. So we could come in at 700,000 minutes, but we'll be below our goal because we set our goal so high. So it's sort of, the reading minutes will still be high. It's just that now our expectations are higher. We've had very high, well, and I have very high expectations. So Carson City community needs to get on it. So that is, even though I'm like, well, our numbers are low. They're only low in comparison to where we've been in the past. We've just been very successful and had very high minutes read. So, and we could still get there. We're just not on par with where we were last year at this time in terms of percentages of minutes read of our goal number.
I just wondered if anything had changed in terms of the way that the program was advertised between this year and last year. So if that was the case, then you could kind of identify, oh,
Right.
well, we want to go back and do more of that we did last year.
Right.
Increase those numbers.
No, actually. But we do every year at the end of summer reading. Well, really after every program that's a one-off or just a special program, we'll do what's called a hot wash and just sort of look at everything and see, okay, where did we find ourselves scrambling here? Did we not have good turnout for this? Where could we have improved our marketing? Can we associate poor turnout to not great marketing? And so we do have eyes on that, and we do take the time to analyze and pull data to see where we can improve. But at the end of the day, there's only so much advertising and encouraging and things like that we can do to get people to be reading and logging their minutes. So we always start out at a much higher startup rate than completion rate. Because people they come and they get excited to start and then don't log their minutes. So those numbers are never the number of completions is always significantly lower than the number of signups. But in terms of minutes read, again, we could be there. We're just not where I would like us to be at this point in the program.
Okay.
But it could all come back together. You never know.
Could be the heat, too.
Yeah.
I would think the opposite. Like, let's go in your house, lay under the AC, and read a book.
I
But
don't know, maybe you're taking the kids to the river a lot more. I
that's
took
true.
my mom to the river twice already this summer.
well, my answer to every ailment is go read a book. So
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your report.
thank you.
Appreciate that, Director Holt. And, God, this is so small. I keep going back to the last one, sorry. Okay. Okay, and
make that bigger for
so
you.
for item number 6, information only, board members' announcements and request for information. Is there, anybody have an announcement? Is there anything you'd like to see on the agenda? Okay. No pressure, ladies, no pressure. We will have, since we're a month behind, we will have then the elections again. Okay, so that'll be on there? Okay. I really
To
don't,
clarify, is that just, we had to hold an interim election because of the change, right? And then we would have our regular annual one. That's what we're talking about?
Right. Exactly.
Thank you.
we're getting ready.
Since I'm brand new to the board, can I ask kind of a general question?
Absolutely.
In terms of how things operate. How do we as a board know what we can do to support you and the library? How can we be supportive of the goals and the mission and the objectives for the library in general, in terms of participating or?
I think stumping for the library at every opportunity you have is my first knee-jerk answer.
Okay.
Also, I will send you a link to the Nevada Library Board of Trustees training manual, and I'll send it to y'all as well, so if you need a refresher or if you hadn't had a chance to take it yet. And that can speak a lot more towards what's expected of board members and some of the things that you can do. And then we can get more specific as we move forward. Sometimes you can just support by being a library user. Last year, Trustee Nichols came and supported by participating in Bonanza with us. So anytime that you can come to a program, participate in a program, and just help us get the word out, that's the most important thing,
Okay.
is just helping us market the library. That's one of the most supportive things that can be done, and is very effective. So, yeah.
That sounds great. And maybe we can do more of that through the bookstore.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
take
And
a
yeah,
more
it would be
active role
good
in
to,
that.
I think, I would like to see that too. I mean, last year when not 2024, but 2023, when I went and spoke, 'cause every year I come to the volunteer luncheon, and someone introduced me to one of the volunteers and said, "This is the director." And the volunteer said, "Of what?" And I said, "Of the library that is included in the Friends of the Carson City Library. That's the library that you're referencing." Bless them. So yeah, it would be, and at first I thought the person was kidding, but then I realized like as I was interacting with that person that they weren't kidding. And so, that said, I think, yeah, it would be really great for us to be able to cross promote and work together, and have it be more not as much as transactional as it is now. I mean, that's a big part of that, is that the Friends are a funding arm of the library, and we're super grateful for that. But also, yeah, to help each other out and support one another. We always try to, every time I speak in public, any kind of article that's written about me or with me, I mention the Friends. So,
I've seen that, yeah. I was thinking maybe we could have flyers that we put in the bookstore to advertise different programs.
Yeah.
And be more conscientious about that.
Yeah, that would be great. I think anything that we can do to support each other, but also in terms of just how each of us can support the library and is to speak about the library. And we're the most informed about what the library is doing. So I have my, what I call an elevator speech that, you know, if you're trapped in an elevator with me, this is the data that you're going to get. And I improve it and expand upon it and change it as it gets, you know, as I get more better information or things that I think are more interesting. So yeah, just, and I think one of the most important things we can do is let people know how busy we are and how much volume we actually are circulating for our community size.
Okay.
Are you on social media at all?
I personally am not, but
Oh, okay.
but we do social media for Browser's Corner Bookstore.
Okay.
And
I was just okay. I totally understand not being on social media, but I think that's one of the things I know I do a lot when I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Anytime I see something that the library has posted, I will repost it and
Okay.
tell my friend, "Hey, bring the kids. Hey, this is going on."
Mhm.
You know, that kind of thing, and that kind of helps.
Okay,
That helps too. So
good. Oh, okay. It sounds great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
yeah, it was a great question. Anything else? Well, right on. Then let's move to item number 7, public comments. Members of the public who wish to address the Library Board of Trustees may come forward and speak on any topic that is relevant to or within the authority of the Library Board. It looks like we have no public comments, so we'll move on to item number 8. How about adjournment? Meeting is adjourned. That was probably the quickest.
At 6:09.